Oh, carrot cake oatmeal. I love trying super weird flavors, and carrot cake oatmeal is certainly not a weird one, but it's a delicious kind of twist on a dessert classic. I feel like I've done things closer to carrot cake oatmeal when I've not tried to do it. Like when I've tried to do other things like cinnamon oriented oatmeal, and it just ends up tasting like a carrot cake. But today, we're gonna actually try the carrot cake route. Let's see if that has the inverse effect of not tasting like carrot cake at all, or if it goes terrifically. Hopefully it works out well. But you know, either way, I'm sure it'll be delicious. Starting to heat up our pot here because I'm gonna toast this in coconut oil. I want it to be really rich, like a carrot cake. I'm even gonna be using brown sugar as well. But first, let's get some spices in here. Gonna go with a lot of this fresh nutmeg, a whole quarter teaspoon, even some chunks in there. But it doesn't matter because they'll reduce down. But I really want the spices to shine. And this pumpkin pie spice blend contains allspice and ginger, among some more cinnamon and nutmeg, but I'm mainly using it for the allspice and ginger because I don't have allspice on its own, and that's gonna really help the carrot cake flavor here. And then cinnamon on its own, you know, that other one already has cinnamon, but like, can never hurt. And we can put on more of that later. And also, I don't usually add refined sugar, but maple syrup would not toast well, it would burn. So some brown sugar instead can get nice and granular in there. Just little bits of it to make it a sweet toasting experience, you know? Just like half a teaspoon total, and you know, we'll add more later. Certainly add more later when we incorporate the flax and the coconut milk. Now you can make this richer and more like an actual cake if you do it with dairy, but you know, I've got a lot of coconut based ingredients with me right now, so I figured I'm gonna roll with that. But you could do this with any kinds of fat. Let's get some coconut oil in there. That should be more than enough. Gonna coat the bottom and just let it simmer, or shimmer. I mean, don't want the oats to be all wet when they're toasting, so I want this to start sizzling for sure. And then we'll start toasting these. Some more brown sugar if I need it. As needed, I'll put that in. We got our flax seeds here and our coconut milk here. We're also going to be incorporating some canned crushed pineapple, and of course, the carrot itself. So while we wait for that to heat up over there, let's grate some of this guy. This is gonna get messy, because I do not grate a lot. We want a decent clump for the garnish later, but also a decent clump for the cooking itself. I can hear this coconut oil making some noise. Let's turn that down a bit. Let's see, we're pretty hot in there. Yeah, I can see it moving. That's a great sign. Let's start toasting. All right, set a little stopwatch here. With the inclusion of the brown sugar and the oil in there, I definitely don't want to stop stirring for too long here. So we'll get back to grating that carrot after this is left to simmer and our toast is done here. You can already smell really strong scent of nutmeg, but it's extra toasty from all the oil and sugar. I want to get some of that little Maillard reactions on these oats and then interrupt the burning right after. Still smells good, so we're not burning, but we're approaching about 90 seconds right now, and that's a good smell. So I wanna leave it at that. Let's go ahead and put water in here and change this to the simmer stage. Get our coconut milk in there, some salt in there as well, a tablespoon of flaxseed, milled flaxseed, and some more of that light brown sugar, 2 heaping quarter teaspoons. It's just what I have in my hand right now. Let's give it a stir and get it to a proper simmer here. It's smelling fantastic. Now we're gonna wait till this really gets going. Everything starts melting together here before adding the carrots. And then later on we'll add the pineapple, maybe some almond butter as well, but that'll be much closer to when it's almost finished cooking. Same applies for if we want to mix in any raisins. I have some of those just in case. All right, looks like it's about to start rolling, so let's lower to about a little under 2 there. All right, let's continue grating our carrot over here. Grating on the wrong side. You can tell I'm new to using one of these things. I think that's like a tablespoon and a half. Let's go for a bit more. This should be good for the amount of carrot we actually put in our pot. Let's grate some more for the garnish. Making quite the mess here, but I'll just scoop up all those into here. I think with what I scoop up from here, we should have plenty to drop on it. Yeah, I think that's all right. This is smelling just fantastic. I think I like the simmer I've got it at right now. Last second inclusion idea. I have some toasted coconut here. And I think since I'm cooking this with the coconut oil for the toasting and the coconut milk for the porridge itself, why not garnish with some of that too, no? So I'll leave that aside with our carrots. Probably don't need that much for the garnish. I'll apply those to the cooking. While I wait for that thing to simmer down, I'm gonna decide just how much of this pineapple I wanna add. I'm thinking like 2 tablespoons worth, like maybe, let me see like just how acidic, just how strong this is. Yeah, I think that should be plenty. Could always add some ACV to give it like that southern tangy sweetness as well. It would mix kind of well with a carrot cake. Initially, I was just gonna use raisins for a topping, but I think maybe mixing in a couple of those last second would be kind of nice, but I don't think I'm gonna put that in with the flavor bomb. I think I'm gonna wait till the last second to where these can kind of just get stuck in between it, like an actual cake slice. Same thing with some of these walnuts. I might try something with that. So we'll leave those aside for now. Good one. Let's see, we have maple roasted almond magic nut butter from I Love You Peanut. You can see her site on iloveYouPeanut.com. Let's just incorporate a little bit of this because some extra fat will go a long way. And almond and pecan it's very like southern carrot cakey, you know, it fits in. So I think we mix that with some of the crushed pineapple and the apple cider here. Oh yeah, it's got a wonderful smell. Gonna leave that be right there. Won't be needing more of this. All right, we've been simmering for about 10 minutes now. I think I'm gonna start with the mix-ins. Very first one coming up, gonna be the carrots themselves, as they'll need some time to get soft in there. The little white blotches of the coconut milk are kind of odd, but besides that, I like the carrots and the cinnamon nutmeg color here. It's already looking and smelling very carrot cakey, so pretty confident in this so far. Little lick of the spoon there tells me I think I might want to put some more salt, really bring the carrot flavor out here. Gonna grate a bit more of this just in case. It always just has been so amazing to me how the flavor of a carrot is so different from the flavor of a cooked carrot or a carrot that's been sweetened and cooked, like in the context of a carrot cake. It never ever made sense to me when I was younger and I refused to eat raw carrots, but still enjoyed carrot cake. But now, as someone who does eat carrots, I do see the resemblance now. Like when you really chew down a carrot, or maybe have a carrot in a stew or in a stir fry, it reveals that carrot cakiness, if you will, you know, that it has. You know, it definitely doesn't compare to the carrot cake itself because you got a whole lot of other things in there making it sweeter, but all my life, I couldn't see the resemblance, but now I kind of get it. I can kind of taste the carrot cake in a raw carrot if I imagine enough. I think this could use a bit more carrots. I can definitely taste the carrot now, so that's great. This thing is really gonna pop when the almond butter, pineapple, and ACV mixture here goes in. I think I'm just gonna wait a bit more. It thickens up. And we'll put in our raisins and walnuts as well. Have some of this like ginger strudel garnish thing that would be really nice. Some of these coconut shavings too. Okay, now we're talking. The flavor's changing a bit there. Let me try a bite with some of the oats in it because they should be cooked enough at this point. Definitely at a good spot. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some of this. Let me try it on its own to see if I want to put anything else in with it. No, that's just perfect. Let's drop that in. Yeah, the pineapple and ACV definitely cutting through the richness of that coconut milk, inviting the carrot taste out a lot more. Definitely very soupy right now. I'm gonna want it to reduce further, but once we see more progress with that, I'm gonna drop it in our square mold here, perhaps after we put some raisins and walnuts in the mix as well. I'm just doing this now so I don't have to do it later, as I hate spooning yogurt with like run-ins of liquid around each scoop. Definitely looking really pretty now. No more of those separate bits of the coconut. All that fat evenly distributed. It's nice and gloopy, but we definitely want it to thicken up some more. Give another taste. Flavor's definitely hitting where I want it to now. I would say it could be a bit sweeter but these raisins that are going in that are sweetened and the acidity from the Greek yogurt I'm gonna put on top, and perhaps like a maple syrup drizzle should help enough with that. Though if I wanted, I'm sure I could sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar in there. Yeah, I think that is a good sweetness level where it's at right now. I think total I only used maybe 1.5 teaspoons of light brown sugar. So not much, but just enough so the base of it, at the very least, has a sweetness to it. Though the toppings are gonna add a lot as well. Making a little last second mix in collection here. Some raisins, some carrot, some toasted coconut, maybe a little bit of this ginger strudel stuff, and a little bit of walnut bits too. Definitely looking thick, passes the little Red Sea test there. Let's go ahead and drop in our last second mix in here. That looks real pretty. Scoop it all in here, crank off the heat. Oh, you get a strong whiff of coconut from adding the toasted coconut in there at the last second. Let's go in our square mold here. Try some of this on its own, fresh out of the pot. The added chew from the raisins and walnuts and toasted coconut definitely helps you realize that carrot flavor a bit more. Oh yeah, forces you to chew as if it was a cake. I think if you go the dairy route here and toast this in butter rather than coconut oil, you definitely get something a lot closer to a carrot cake, but it's just still a fantastic flavor. I'm sure the Greek yogurt is gonna help elevate this a lot too. Gonna let this sit in my square here. I think I could have let it cook a little bit more, but there's definitely a lot of carryover going on here, so it should be fine. Let's get some Greek yogurt on here. Of course, if you use cream cheese or some sweet cream cheese icing, you'll get something much closer to an actual carrot cake. But yogurt is synonymous with oatmeal, so this is still gonna fit in quite nicely, I think. Let's lift her up here. Could probably use a bit more of this to cover up our edges here. That should be just fine. Some of that little ginger strudel. Of course, some of the carrots. I think some carrot sticks could have looked nicer here, but this is still a good touch. Can let some of those fall on the plate there too. A few raisins and some walnuts. A little bit of the toasted coconut. Don't need a ton because it's a lot of white on white with the Greek yogurt there, but add some definition to the walnut, carrots, and all that. Let's make the plate a little golden. Drop some of that crushed pineapple on the side there. Nice. Could even do a little bit on the top. A little maple syrup drizzle as well. Oh, that's definitely not a drizzle, but that's okay. That'll do. It's kind of pooling at the side there. Really didn't need the pineapple on top, but it's quite all right. Can tone that down by sprinkling over. Looks a little better like that. Kind of salvaged our presentation here. Not totally, but it'll do. All right, thank you, God, for this somewhat soupy carrot cake oatmeal, but whether I please myself or not with this today, I am definitely happy to eat it. Let's go ahead and get a big bite out of the corner here with a walnut. Oh, it held together a lot more nicely than I thought it would, to be honest. Thought it needed to cook more, but no, it kind of chopped just like a wobbly flan or a cake. I'm pleasantly surprised because I felt like I really messed up going really heavy with that maple syrup, you know, dropping so much into the pot when cooking this. Felt almost kind of unprepared for this flavor, but the carrot flavor is there. The inclusion of the pineapple and the nut butter definitely carries this. It's very sweet. It's not as decadent as like a moist oil-based cake, but it is carrot cakey. I definitely succeeded in doing that. Though, with all the cooking that went on and all the added ingredients, the oats are so finely cooked that they don't have that oatmeal chew to them that I usually like, but certainly still very hearty. It's honestly surprising me. I thought I was going to be sort of negative on this, if I'm being honest. As I mentioned when cooking it, I think if you go with the route of toasting this in butter and maybe do some sort of sweetening to a Greek yogurt or just use an actual cream cheese icing, you're gonna get something much closer to a carrot cake. But for being coconut-based oatmeal, you know, sweetened with brown sugar and maple syrup and some spices, this is pretty dang close. The raisins and walnuts that I threw in the pot at the last minute was a great choice. It adds a variety of texture in there that makes it feel like a carrot cake as well, being that it is walnuts and raisins, which are common in carrot cake, but that's interchangeable with any nut. You could do this well with pecans or almonds as well. I'm gonna say my carrot cake oatmeal as it came out today was like a light 3.5 stars. I think I could have been more prepared, could have made it better, could have definitely gone easier with the presentation, more minimalist with it. But you know what? It's similar to carrot cake. It's pretty delicious. The maple syrup with the acidity from the pineapple and the HEV, and that strong flavor from the pumpkin pie spice and the nutmeg really makes it carrot cakey. Is it a bit softer than I would have liked? Yes. Is it not as decadent as I would have liked? Yes. Maybe the butter, or maybe just being more prepared, would have led to a better coconut-based carrot cake. But you know what? We'll review this for what it is. And if you would rather go the non-dairy route like I did here for the base itself, definitely give it a try. Don't swamp it in maple syrup and canned pineapple like I did at the end, but definitely do give it a try. Carrot cake oatmeal is an excellent concept. I don't think I executed it to the best of my ability here, but that's all right. This is still very delicious. I'd say it's a light 3.5 stars. Let me know what foods I should review next, where I should go next, or what kinds of oatmeal I should cook next. Have a blessed one, and take care.